Welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two crazy ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and X.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it. Okay, glad to see we are actually there.
Well, it's
a delay, but
it's just delayed showing up there.
Whenever there's technical difficulties, I'm not sure if it's a delay or if there's technical difficulties.
Let us know how the audio is. I'm using a new video switcher that I got for in here. The goal is to eventually be able to get the comments and everything back up on screen.
We tried.
But it only showed up last night, and I've been trying to set it up for like the last 2 hours or hour or so. And the thing is that I haven't had a chance to test the syncing of the audio. So generally when you have audio, there's a slight delay. So I have it on a 4-frame delay. So let me know in the chat, are our words syncing with our lips, or are we behind, or are they ahead, so I can adjust that here?
Like a kung fu movie? Where it would be like, wah, 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 wah,
yes.
And then
something like that.
Okay.
Sounds fine to me. You sound great. Perfect. Awesome.
Yay.
Yeah, because we're going to be able to get multiple screens and add video clips and everything like that. I'm super excited about this because then it actually is going to replace that big ATEM that I have.
Well, hello.
And it's smaller and it does a lot more, which means we can travel with it in the RV.
Space is a commodity.
So welcome to our Thursday live stream. If you're new here, our Thursday live streams are just our chance to hang out with our community. We love hanging out with community because our channel is all about the keto community.
I don't think that you can be as successful on keto without community.
No.
I really don't.
That's why we have our Mighty Networks group. So if you are not a member, go join our Mighty Networks group. We have 2 versions. We have a free version, which is completely free for everybody, and that's where 99% of the stuff is. And then we have a paid section for people who want to support us financially. So if you get a lot out of our channel, please consider supporting us with a $5, $10, or $25 a month membership. Rachel goes live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. We do some extra things there. We've got a couple of other things planned for it. Just things are real hectic with working in the house. We finally have started the rebuilding.
Oh my gracious.
So I've got all of the new water plumbing in. Now I'm working on the sewer. And hopefully before we leave for Keto Palooza, which is like next Tuesday afternoon.
It's coming fast.
We will have a bathroom. That's the goal, is to get a bathroom.
Look at us with indoor plumbing.
That'll be really nice. And
how
not have
fancy
to
are we?
empty the black tank as much.
We're not pooping outside anymore, guys.
Yeah.
Like we've really achieved some things here.
So if you're new here, if you have a question, that's what Thursdays are all about, just answering questions. You have a question about keto, carnivore, pretty much anything within reason, go ahead and type question and then your question in the chat, or use the super chat function, which is how you make sure we get the question. We do answer as many questions as possible, and just not just super chats, but when you use the super chat thing down below, number one, it benefits the channel, which we really appreciate. This is our full-time job, and we're trying to start a farm. But more importantly, what it does is it highlights our screen and lets us know you have a question so that we don't miss it.
Can I share some hilarity that we had today involving frogs? So, as you know, I'm not a big fan. And as you know, we live on a farm and we are surrounded by a ton of tree frogs. And I am just going to be thankful right there because we could be surrounded by bofo toads and I do not want that thing. But the tree frogs are the most strategic animals I've ever met. Like, we keep running into it. It's almost like a Chevy Chase movie with just like foolishness. So it's been raining all day long, like crazy amount of rain. So in order for us to just even check the mailbox, we drive up near the mailbox and on our way to an errand, and I open up the umbrella to check the mailbox, and Joe goes, "Whoa!" And somehow like a tree frog
Jumped off the mailbox. No, he jumped off the mailbox onto your umbrella and then into my lap.
and into Joe's lap. So he was like, "Oh my gosh!" So there we go. We have our first thing. Then we get to Home Depot, and Joe is carrying in a piece of pipe so that we have like proper measurements. And as we're walking in, out of the pipe jumps another tree frog into the Home Depot in Sarasota. I'm like, are you kidding? I'm like checking my shirt. Are we like just leaking tree frogs everywhere? Just
They're all over the place.
All over the place.
Get used to it. You moved to the country.
I guess so.
Rickwin says the audio is muffled, but everybody else says it sounds perfect.
Okay.
Seems sync. So maybe Rickwin, go ahead and like
reboot or
refresh your page or so whatever. I saw something from somebody. Jujubee says that audio sounds fine. She lip reads, so everything looks good.
Well, that's a good talent to have.
Lady Fritzer says you're in sync with your lips now, but you won't later because of my end of things processor issues. I'm sorry about that. Sound is very quiet, even though I have it all the way up. I can turn it up. Let us know if I need to turn it up. Lady Fritzer said, Rachel, I agree. That's why so many of us couldn't have done this 10 to 15 years ago, even if we heard about it.
You're so right. Now, here's what I think. I think that because keto is very easy to understand, it's very straightforward. It's not like, the deal a meal cards diet that we used to. Like, when do I pull what card? When do I eat the thing? Like, keto's straightforward. It's like meat. And then if you want some vegetables for entertainment purposes, okay, have at it. However, the enthusiasm for anything like wanes pretty quickly. And as you get into every season comes with its unique challenges, because you want to say, well, we're heading into the holiday season and the holiday season is hard. I'm sorry, summer is hard. Because you are used to certain things in the summer. The beginning of the year is hard because you're used to certain things by Valentine's Day. Easter is hard. The spring is hard. So I honestly think that even though keto is very straightforward, not having a community for tough days, not having a community to communicate with, I think it makes it really impossible to try to do this on an island. I think it's challenging even if you're trying to get movement in, if you're trying to de-stress, declutter, trying to do it on your own with nobody for accountability, nobody to cheer you as you put in all of this effort. It gets really lonely as you pursue goals without people around you.
Right. I'm just
doing okay over there.
I'm just turning up the audio a little bit.
I just see like an amazing Joe's left ear. I enjoyed it.
A couple people said that it was quiet, so I'm turning it up because you really are supposed to be like right into the microphone. Like no, yes, you should eat the microphone. Eat the microphone.
Is it now? What is the total carb count on a microphone?
I don't know.
I think we should know that.
Okay, so I did see Larry said prayers for all of the linemen.
Yes, absolutely.
Contractors, first responders, National Guard going into the affected areas by the hurricane. Absolutely.
Truly, and it's so widespread. Just absolutely widespread. So many states, so many cities, so many inland areas that are like, I never would have thought that they would have been impacted by a hurricane, but the flooding is absolutely atrocious. And here in Florida, I don't know if it's just in our area. I mean, even Mom and the boys are saying down south, it's the same thing. It just will not stop raining.
Right.
So you've got like all of this, we're pretty high tide over here at the Double K farm. But then it's raining on top of it.
Right.
When we came home from Home Depot, Joe was like, what happened here?
Yeah, we got a lot of rain. There's a lot of standing water in the little gullies here. So Sean said,
hey, Sean.
When are you starting your trek for Keto Palooza? So we are bringing the RV with us. I don't even know. I have not found a place to park the RV in Louisville. Still working on that.
Even the route.
Well, the route's pretty simple.
Gotta just make sure that everything's open.
It's everywhere we're going, we should be good.
Straight shot.
But I think we're gonna leave probably Tuesday, somewhere around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. We're gonna drive for like 4 or 5 hours, and then we'll stop somewhere, probably boondock in a Cracker Barrel parking lot with our RV, and then we'll get up, we'll drive for like probably 7 hours on Wednesday, and then pull into Keto Palooza somewhere. I don't know. We'll probably be there about noon or so on Thursday. That's kind of the plan. I haven't gotten as far as planning out the route.
Right.
I haven't gotten that far because we've been working on the house, and then you've got a wedding shower.
Saturday is my future daughter-in-law's wedding shower. So stinking excited. So tomorrow I'm watching Peyton, and then on Saturday we're getting up at the butt crack of dawn, and we are going to be preparing for a brunch time shower. Really looking forward to that. I mean,
so I get to go to the animal auction by myself tomorrow night.
Do you think that we should have him coming? You know what? I have the blessing of being able to call in reinforcements now to make sure that you ain't going crazy, because welcome to Arcadia, Sarah and Alan Gustafson.
That's right. They moved here.
They closed on their house this week and moved in. It was so nice to be able to visit with her. I got to say, though, I'm a little jello jiggler jealous of their situation. Totally turnkey residence.
That's pretty awesome.
I mean, it's just done.
So I did see earlier in the chat, somebody asking about the slushy machine with knocking. It's kind of normal because what it is the paddle, as it's beginning to freeze, the paddle is like scraping the ice off of the barrel. It goes away. It does knock a little bit here and there because it's the paddle scraping and everything, but it is pretty normal. At least it doesn't happen a lot, but it happens every once in a while. Especially sometimes the knock, it sounds like knocking, but what it really is all of the slush stuff actually doing. What are you doing?
I wanted a little. Go ahead, talk. You go ahead and talk. I wanted to pull something up.
Okay. Andrew said, after 18 years in Nome, I just installed an indoor toilet last week.
Are you serious? What were you using? Like a camping toilet?
He's in Nome. They have like lots of yurts and like outhouses.
How freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Is that? That's amazing.
John said, tell me the chickens started eating the frogs. I want to figure out a way to catch the frogs and feed
throw
them
them in
the
there.
chickens.
Because if they get, I felt bad for these little lizards that were like heading toward the coop, because we don't have iguanas here. Thank you, Lord. We are back to regular normal lizards. I actually got like scared because I was like, what is that little tiny thing? And I was like, oh, it's just like a regular size lizard.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm thinking, you little lizard, you don't want to go in there. Those velociraptors are going to eat you.
Andrew said, do chickens eat chew fox?
Yes.
Chickens will eat anything.
Yes.
So when we disposed of the generator shed at our house in Coconut Creek, I lifted it up and there were like 15 baby rats like that big. The chickens ate them. They literally scurried over and ate all of the baby rats. The mom took off. I watched the mom scurry away. The chickens ate all the babies. If you lay down in your chicken coop and go to sleep, they will begin to eat you. They literally will eat anything. If you kill a wolf and then put that carcass out there, the next day there will be nothing left. They eat. That's why I get so upset when I go into a grocery store and see there's a specific brand, starts with Egg
Town,
in a white cartridge. It says Egg Best. We'll go with that. And it actually says all vegetarian fed eggs.
That ain't it.
Don't buy those because those chickens weren't fed a proper diet, because chickens are very much like us. They are omnicarnivores. They prefer meat, but they will eat anything.
Yeah. Now, what I was looking for and I found is if you are starting to make your plans for next year's conferences, because Keto Palooza, that's it. That's all, folks. This is the last conference of the year that we're going to be attending. Next year's conferences,
except for the 2KK cruise.
But that's not a conference because we don't have any speakers.
No,
it's just visiting. So hack your health is now going to be in Tampa. We're not sure if we're attending that yet, but I did reach out to see if we could get a coupon code for people who are buying tickets. And if you use the code 2crazyketos, that's going to get you $100 off of any ticket.
That's
so
cool.
That's a significant savings. Now, these conferences, we're not making any money off of this.
Yeah, we don't get paid to attend.
We're just trying to forward on savings for people who want to attend a conference in a certain region. I put up in Mighty Networks, in the Facebook group, on the community page here, meat stock next year in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
You're so far ahead. You're missing the first one.
We will be attending that, and I just got the coupon code today, though.
Yeah, but
so
I'm
I
not
put
even
a post for that.
We actually just accepted. We will be attending Dave Feldman's conference in Las Vegas, which is like, I think it's February 7th through the 9th, if I remember right.
Citizen Science.
In Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
We will be in Las Vegas February 7th through the 9th.
Very much looking forward to
that. So that will be the first conference that we will attend.
Don't need a coupon code for that, though.
No, because it's free.
Yeah. I love that. That's about as good.
Well, it's not really free because you need to make a donation to the Citizen Scientists Foundation.
But that's up to you.
I believe that's how they're doing. You said that. I hope they're still doing that.
Maybe they're not, so don't hold us to that, okay? But we will be attending the conference itself.
Matt said, Joe, you look like you've lost some weight. I don't know. I don't get on a scale. I mean, I do think I've lost weight because my clothes are very loose.
We've had a
functional fitness.
Yes.
I'm eating more than I've ever eaten. We brought up our electric smoke. We actually have 2 of our 3 smokers. We have our electric smoker. We have our Rectech. My Kamado Joe is still at home. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to transport that.
You have some soup right here. I need to I
Okay.
have to handle it.
I don't know how I'm going to transport that Kamado Joe because it's ceramic. I'm really worried about breaking it. But we've been using the electric smoker because I don't really have a place to put the Rectech outside that undercover right now. So we've been using our electric smoker, what have we made? We made ribs, we made
chicken thighs.
We're going to do some bacon jerky because we don't have the dehydrator here. And it's been great. And then, so we have this liquidator place here and he just randomly gets stuff.
Right.
It's funny because there's this shower liner or like shower pan that you have to tile over that I really want to use for our shower in our master bathroom. And it's like $350 for this thing. It's called the Curdy Board Shower. So I went up to the guy today because I'm looking for like vinyl flooring and every week it's different stuff. And I'm scouring through. There's the board for my shower liner. And instead of $350, $50.
Won't God do it?
Brand new in the box.
What was wild?
And then we got a gazebo to put over our smokers.
What was wild was we were just having a conversation this morning when we woke up about that board. And that was like such a specific thing. And you're like, I got to go look for it. But it was like over $300 in Home Depot. But we thought, well, it's going to make everything easier, so let's just get it. And then for that exact product to be there at the liquidator was like, thank you, Lord. That's amazing.
And we've gotten such deals. We got a gazebo. It's literally called the barbecue gazebo. It's like a $300 gazebo from Home Depot, brand new, still in the box. He had a ton of them. And we paid $50 for that thing as well. And it's like, it's the reason it's for barbecues is it's taller, so it can't catch on fire. But now we can set that up and have our smokers out. And then, we've been really blessed to be saving some money from him because I guess what he does is he buys end of the season stuff. So right now, this week, it was like all gazebos, lawn furniture, like $1,500 lawn sets for $100.
We're so thankful and we're just piecing it together. So we got a shower for Caleb's bathroom. We got a turlet. We almost thought we were getting...
We thought we were getting the vanity, but everyone was broken. Okay, Dustin said...
Hey, Dustin.
Did you see the Element updated the information about the maltodextrin amounts in each packet? So I saw your video. I wasn't able to find it on their website. If you can send it to me, I would really appreciate it. I appreciate you doing it because, again, we talked about Element 3 years ago because what really started everything was the fact that Redmond, for their Relight, actually has on their website that there is maltodextrin in it. And I contacted them to find out how much it was. And then people kept saying, well, Element doesn't have it. So that's where I contacted Element. And Rob had said to me, well, no, it's basically you know, 4 grams over 1,000 packets. It's like not affecting you
Right.
at all. But if this is the case and their maltodextrin has up to 250 milligrams, that's a lot. Now we mostly use salty. We do use element. We use element, we use salty, and we use Redmond. Those are the 3 electrolytes that we use. I mostly use salty because I like the taste of the salties. But I also like the elements, especially the chocolate, which by the way, I think the medley pack is coming back. Um, but I could not find it on the website, Dustin, but I will answer a question that you had in your video about should they have to put maltodextrin, since if it's 250 milligrams and that's actually more than than the magnesium. The reason they don't legally is because they are telling you they've been informed they did this extra thing, but it falls under natural flavors because the maltodextrin is actually in the natural flavors.
Right.
That's the problem with natural flavors. Now, I don't have a problem with it. I do consume natural flavors. However, the problem is natural flavors can hide a lot of things. So, because they're proprietary and they're made, they most of the time, and in this case is the same thing, they do not even tell the companies that they're providing with their natural flavors what the ingredients are, because as you said in your video, it's proprietary.
Yeah.
So you just list it as natural flavors, but you don't know what's within that natural flavors. So all they have to do is put on the ingredient label natural flavors. They don't put how much maltodextrin because that's within the natural flavors. And unless the natural flavor company actually told them, they can't put an amount, even if they did their own research, because the ingredient is natural flavors. But this is something that I used to talk to Chris Bear about. So some of the earlier keto chows, not the ones now, but if you go back even 2 or 3 years ago, you would have picked up some of the flavors of keto chow and you would have seen seed oils showing up in the packets.
And you're like, wait, I can't consume this. Seed
but
oils are
we
terrible.
all know, if you know Chris and Miriam, you know they're against seed oils. And I was like, so what is this? Because it did concern people. And what happened is that when they made the natural flavors, they would bind it. And then, so the machines that they were using for the drying process for the natural flavor were lubricated with a seed oil. And so Chris was putting on the ingredient label that the seed oil is there. Not that it was there, but there was a chance
that it came
that
in contact.
A drop of that seed oil ended up into the natural flavors, and he wanted to be upfront and honest. I'm like, but you can just hide that under natural flavors. And he's like, I know, but I want to be upfront and honest. And what he ended up doing was going back at the time and stomping his feet going, okay, now you're not going to use seed oils anymore. Now that I know about it, use MCT oil. But again, companies can just hide everything under natural flavors. So if you go to a Coke machine, like we go to Wawa and you have that fancy one with all the different flavors, when you click on, say, Diet Coke or Coke Zero, if you look in the bottom of the screen, it does say this product contains natural and artificial flavors, which can contain calories.
Yeah. Because again,
that's why a can of Diet Coke really isn't, or a big, like if you fill up this thing with Coke Zero, it's not really 0 calories. It's really like 5 calories.
Well, it's, man, I'm telling you, the flavoring companies, what a catch-22 you're in. Like, I can't tell you because it's proprietary, kind of like, trust me, I can't disclose things. Like, it's really quite the lockdown that they have.
Angela said, I did Deal a Meal in high school. I did Deal a Meal.
I did Deal a Meal.
Dustin said, I can't wait till Keto Palooza 2024.
Yay!
High fives and fist bumps from all the wonderful people in attendance.
So excited.
Lynette is here. I read that one earlier where Patty said it's quieter. Hopefully it's gone up a little bit. We are so far behind. John said, without YouTube peeps like 2KK, CCN, and others making awesome recipes, I'd get bored and eventually quit.
Well, thank you for letting us be a part of your journey.
Eileen said, there's no perfect time to start. There will always be challenges, so you might as well start now.
So stinking true. And I'm telling you what, do not think that like, well, it looks like the road ahead is all green lights, and so that's what's going to make it like easy sailing. I find no matter what it is that you are pursuing, you're going to find an obstacle as soon as you get started. I laughed one time when I decided I'm definitely going to get a certain amount of steps and movement in. The morning I decided this is for real ski, put on my tennis shoes, headed out the door at 5 o'clock in the morning. I will never forget it. As I started walking, a coyote passed me in like rural, like not rural, suburban South Florida. I passed a coyote. And I thought, no, brother, I'm continuing to do this. But again, I thought it was so hilarious that when my resolve was like, yes, we're doing it, nothing's stopping me now. That is the moment you pass the coyote on your path.
Angela said today was tough. My groceries were supposed to be delivered yesterday. They told me they were going to be here today. Still don't have them.
Oh man, that's a lot.
Matt said,
Hey, Matt.
having issues with our AC unit for the last 2 days. Hopefully they get it fixed. No AC in Central Florida is no bueno.
No bueno. Literally melting. And it has been so hot around these parts that like our RV AC, like during the day, it can't even get itself to like 78 degrees.
Tom said,
Hey,
we're
Tom.
about to get big rain this upcoming week in Central Florida. I have not even looked at the news.
I don't like,
I won't go. I don't want to go near the news right now because of all the election
No,
nonsense.
I don't even want to see it.
Carrie said, do you think you could build an ark? Probably. So Rickwin said, not sure about the route to Keto Palooza. I-40 is closed between Asheville and Knoxville. Yeah, I know that. I just haven't planned my route. There's a couple of different ways I can go. Trish said we're heading to Keto Palooza on Thursday, so we'll be all rested up on Friday and ready to party. Who's getting there early?
I am so ready to party. Are you ready to party? Like, let's do it. We have been waiting so long for these hugs, waiting so long for this visit. It really is the Keto family reunion, and I'm so excited that it's like family reunion time is here.
Yeah, okay, so here was, Robin said, I got the Ninja Slushy. I've used it a few times. Every time I use it, a loud knocking or banging noise. It shakes a little bit, but only does it for a little bit. Does yours do it? Yeah, just at some point in the freezing process, as the liquid is freezing, it does that. At least that's my experience. Lindsay's
Hey,
here.
Lindsay.
Said, sad I'm not getting to attend Keto Palooza this year, but I hope y'all have a
Man,
blast.
I'm gonna miss your face. I'm gonna miss your face, girl.
I bombarded their live stream yesterday. I said,
Stalker.
I told Neely after watching some, because remember Neely like last year told you do not get ducks if you ever have a farm.
I know, and
I said Rachel watched videos. We're not getting ducks.
We're not getting ducks. I am looking into heritage breed turkeys right now.
I want turkeys. We found out we have a local farm here that sells to the community and surrounding communities. They have like pasture raised turkeys. $160 for a 13-pound pasture raised turkey.
I'm like, dude, and who's got money for that? That's expensive, yo. Like, we're gonna have to raise them ourselves.
That is a lot of money.
That's crazy.
Wait, do you hear that? Those are frogs.
I know. We're surrounded.
Tom said, Rachel and Joe miss you over the past year. Today was the last day of upgrades after our house was bought at Orlando Summit 2023. Paula got her new 2024
Congratulations. We have totally missed you, Tom. I'm so glad that things are settling down for you. And just congratulations.
Andy's here, said I have to make a list of all the people coming. This list is getting really long of people I want to meet for the first time.
How exciting.
Okay, so Andrew said we had an outhouse or a job shack, which was a giant porta potty with an RV flush toilet and a holding tank, shared by everybody.
Wow. Job shack, baby, job shack. Right? Like, that just sounds like Love Shack.
So, yeah, Juliana said my neighbor in New York would feed his venison carcasses to his birds after he processed the meat.
They don't play around, seriously. You put out like the remains of a rotisserie chicken into their coop, and the next morning, like, you could display it at like a schoolhouse museum for kids. They're like, this is what it looks like to see the bones.
Speaking of processing, Robert put up a video on how to process a sheep the other day.
Great day in the morning.
His dad was doing it. You need to watch it because it shows how to skin it and quarter it.
We've spoken about this.
We will be doing our own. After watching that video, we're doing our own.
Precious man that I love so dearly. We've discussed the fact that I'm fine. Process whatever you want, but like, call someone else for help because I shan't be joining you in killing the animals.
You want to farm.
I want to farm, and I will, somebody's got to hug the animals.
No,
Somebody's got
there's
to
no
pet the animals.
hugging and petting
feed
the livestock.
the animals. Treat the animals.
They're not pets.
Dress the animals.
They're livestock.
Who's going to put the roller skates on the animals, Joe?
Okay.
Me.
Enough. Sherry said, are you speaking on the Low Carb Cruise 2025? Yes,
sure
we
are. Yeah.
Yeah, we will be on the Low Carb Cruise. Patty said, chickens also peck at bright colored nail polish on the toes.
So stinking true. And we were finishing up their chicken run, and I have red toenails right now, and I knew I'm curling my toenails inward and underneath my feet, because Patty is absolutely right. Also, if you have a boo-boo, they are like, oh, you already got me started, and let me finish you off.
Barbara said, Joe and Rachel, when are you sharing your recipe for making ribs in the tasty air fryer? That is the next vlog that's coming out, which I just have to finish editing the audio.
Now, I will mention that I used the dehydrator function on the Tasty Air Fryer when you went home on...
Oh, Donna said $25 minimum for COSI. So it's still a donation, but it's a $25 minimum donation.
Good to know. So I actually, oh my gosh, talk about the greatest experiment ever. I took bacon for the Tasty Air Fryer, and I put some of that Scrumley syrup on it. And I put it in the Tasty Air Fryer on dehydrate mode. Now, because of it's only the size of the Tasty Air Fryer basket, I can't do a ton.
Right, that's why I want to do it in the smoker.
Obviously. But I got to tell you, it worked. I was just checking to see if it worked.
Right.
And it made some freaking delicious bacon jerky.
Sean said, when you're going to meat stock, are you staying in a cabin or bringing the RV and staying in an RV park? Do you know yet? So, yeah, unfortunately, all the cabins were gone. And so we're bringing the RV because we need to go to the Alliance Rally, which is in Elkhart, Indiana, and I think it's the week after meat stock. It's either the week after or the week before.
So we have to find an RV park kind of close to there.
So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna bring we'll probably be on the road for a month. We'll bring the RV, we'll go to meat stock, and then from there we will go up to Elkhart. I saw Debbie said my son loves the Big Joe that I bought him to replace the grill he had when he was destroyed.
It really is nice. I mean, all of these different cooking devices give you a different flavor. They give you a different chew. They give you this different experience. So when people talk about keto, remaining interesting and stuff, having these different ways of cooking methods, every single one, things turn out restaurant quality, and you really can enjoy them. And I love the Joe, the Kamado Joe as well.
Lindsay said, move more, eat more, move less, eat less. Functional fitness is the best.
Okay, that sounds like a kid's nursery rhyme. I love it.
So Juliana said you need an eggshell mattress foam, put it in the truck, buckle it in, ratchet strap it down, no sudden jolts. We move a lot. The only ceramic drills that survive travel inside, hand carried.
That's a great idea. I can remember
inside it's too big for inside the cab.
Well, a lot of times you can get, especially at, thrift stores. I found them before, and also some different Joann Fabrics type of things. You can buy a big thing of that egg foam stuff that she's talking about.
Yeah.
I remember, now that you say that, Jujubee, that my grandfather used to have that. He was a plasterer. He did a lot of construction work, and he used to have a stretch of that in his van. He had a big, white van.
Roxanne sent me one of those gazebos. They actually have 3 different kinds. They have the little one, which is 8x5. Then they had, or 8x6. Then they had a 10x12 with the cloth top with the metal that you see in Home Depot. They're normally $700. That one is $200.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have another one that we got, which is $1,500, all cedar, but you have to put the roof on it, either metal or plywood and shingle. And we got that for $200. And so that's put away in the storage facility because I'm going to build the deck and sit it on top. So, but yeah, they have a couple different ones. Juliana said flavored element drink mix contains a small amount, 250 to 550 milligrams of maltodextrin. Maltodextrin used in element is derived from corn. Maltodextrin used in element is GMO free.
Good to know. If you are interested, like, I don't even want to deal with this, salty. Salty is the answer to if you're like, I don't want to fool around with anything, like, I'm not sure. But use our Keto Chow link to go buy salty. You're going to get a deeper discount on that.
Yeah, now, if it doesn't affect you, I mean, it's still a small amount.
Yeah,
it
but
is
some
a
people
small amount.
care.
So you're basically, what it works out to be, so there is 4 carbs in 1 gram of maltodextrin. So that means that the maltodextrin that's in each packet is contributing about 1 carb. So it's what is it affecting you? Probably not, but there are some people that it might, and some people just don't want it, they avoid it at all costs. I would avoid it, especially when you get into things like sweet and low, because it's a lot more than the amount that's in like in element and Redmond Relight and stuff. But again, it's about 1 carb first. But I would do this, is I would check my glucose. Now, it shouldn't affect most people. Maltodextrin is not considered a sugar, but it can impact your insulin response, because it's worse than sugar on the glycemic index. So in doing that, you could be, even though it's 0 calorie, even though it won't increase your glucose, you probably are having an insulin reaction from it. And if you're worried about, if you're drinking that all day long, every time you drink it, you're having an insulin reaction, because it is not 0 on the glycemic index. Carrie said the raw version of Element doesn't have maltodextrin. That's true, because
Unflavored.
It's unflavored. Donna said, I want to go to Dollywood the day we check into the cabins, but it's not until 4. So get to Dollywood when it opens and stay until 4 or 5. Who else wants to go?
What
I've
a
never
nice
been there.
invite. I've always wanted to go to Dollywood, but I'm not sure when we're gonna get in. What is Heather Gift saying? Beautiful Heather Gift.
Heather said, Rachel, I'm going in tomorrow to try new hearing aids.
Yay, I'm so stinking proud of you. She's trying to find the one that fits just right. My mom actually was going in this week to try to get it, and I talked to her, Heather, and said, like, make sure you buy, like, don't settle. Like, sometimes, when we're so good at, like, being thrifty with things that we try to be like, okay, well, what's the least I could get by with? When it comes to, like, glasses or hearing aids or things like that, I feel like that's the one place, like, splurge, because 365 days a year, 24 hours a day sometimes, like, you're having to utilize this thing. So right. I will be thrifty in other areas. And so I was kind of reminding my mom, be thrifty someplace else.
Sabrina said, speaking of salty, at Mark's pre-op, the nurse said that he would have to do a Gatorade protocol the day before surgery. I told the doctor we use salty. And about the ingredients, he was all for it. That's awesome.
Thank you for sharing that, because here's the thing. Most people only know, like, what they see in a store and what's been on the market for a really long time. Gatorade's been around for a long time. Pedialyte's been around for quite some time. Powerade has been around for a while now. And so those are the things, when people just, their mind goes to electrolytes, that's all they think of is what they know. So I find whenever we come in contact with somebody and can say, hey, there's another option and it's a better option, people are really receptive to it. So I remember when Michelle was in labor, and so they were trying to make sure, she kept her electrolytes up. All you could have was, ice or whatever during that process. She was like, grab my Keto Chow drops, because she was concerned about, dehydrating and stuff. And they said, whoa, wait a second. Can I take a look at that? You have electrolytes that are flavorless, colorless, that, like, are just the electrolytes. And she was like, yeah, we use this all of the time. And so they were like, wow. So that really expanded all of the people who were working in birthing there, because they've lived that many days until they realized there was another option. So whenever you're sharing, you're going to the doctor, they're talking about hydration, mention salty. Let them know it's around.
Lynn said, if anyone has an extra ticket for Keto Palooza, let me know. I'd love to go. I didn't think I was going to be in town that weekend, so I did not purchase tickets.
Yeah.
I would reach out to Autumn and ask her, because if anybody knows of Autumn might know of somebody who has a ticket they're trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
Also go over to the Facebook group for them, because people post in there. Donna said that you can give the animals pets and hugs. They only need to have one bad day, the rest filled with love. You're right. That's not bad for the pets. Though Dr. Barry says don't pet the
ram,
because they come after you. It's not about petting. Like, I don't worry about petting them and showing them love. I worry about Rachel petting them and then not wanting me
we
to
can't
eat them anymore.
I will eat
so
them.
It's like our neighbor who's over that way. He's got 15 acres.
He's got beautiful
cows. And he's got these beautiful cattle. And he was like, I did buy them to process them to eat and maybe make some money. Then they became pets because I started petting them. So now I've got all of these cattle that I don't do anything with.
Right. And you know what? How cool.
And they're not even dairy, right? Because he doesn't have a bull.
How cool is this? He's also keto. Like, what are the chances? We were talking, I believe he said he was 72 years old now, big RVer himself. It was just so nice to meet him. Just like a great guy. So thankful like that we have a fantastic neighbor. I ran after him while he was mowing his lawn because, you know, with such far distances between our places, like I'm not sure when I'm going to see him again. So I just kind of ran after him like a crazy person. And so we got to talking and he was like, he said, yeah, I just mostly eat meat. And I said, really? I'm keto. And he was like, I'm keto too. And so he was just talking about how much his life has changed since he changed his nutrition. And he loves to hike, to backpack. You know, he does a lot of camping and stuff. And he had most recently hiked the Appalachian Trail. And he was like, people that are way younger than me can't keep up with me. Yeah. And I'm like, I get it. That's how cool is that?
John said, be careful feeding chicken to chickens. That's how mad cow disease was created, by feeding beef to cows. Didn't know that.
How neat. I mean, not neat. Like,
Trish said, just needed to confirm, check-in for Keto Palooza on Friday, not Thursday. Yes. Yeah, we just generally, we're of a habit of always getting in a day early.
Just to like get our bearings.
Also, we generally stay with Chris and Miriam and everybody at Keto Chow, which we are doing again this year. We just have to park the RV somewhere. And so we like to help them with their setup and all that kind of stuff.
Get it ready.
Carrie said, men butcher, women feed and fawn.
Thank you, Carrie.
Except for I do the cooking.
Thank you, Carrie.
So shouldn't I do the cooking? That means you do the butchering?
So where
does Neely butcher the chickens?
I'm going to give you a multiple choice question
Neely
for everybody.
Her chickens.
Where does everybody think Joe's going to sleep tonight? A, our beautiful Brooklyn bed. B, outside with the tree frogs. C, inside with his new freshly plumbed house. What do you think? Or D, none of the above.
Jamie said, I don't understand. I got my blood work back today. My A1C is 5.9. I don't eat any fruit and vegetables and any carbs except for when I get in my keto chow that I eat every other day because I can't wait to see Dr. Ellie. So, few things. Number one, I would ask you, how long have you been doing keto? Because if you've been doing it a long time, sometimes A1C goes up a little bit because your red blood cells live longer. At least that's a big theory that's going around. I would look at a CGM and see that kind of stuff. If you haven't been doing keto before for a long time, what was it before? Remember, A1C is over a course of 3 months. It's not like it instantly comes down. So sometimes it does take a little bit of time to come down. But if you're eating zero carb, it really has no choice but to come down eventually because you're not eating any carbohydrates. The only place where you might get yourself into a little bit of trouble if you're eating a lot of protein and not a lot of fat, because your body will convert some of that protein to sugar if you're not eating enough fat. And then what ends up happening is that will show as a rise in an A1C. But I personally would not worry about it. If you are just eating a true zero carb or very low carb, I personally would not worry about it.
Stay the course.
Trish said, I think I just figured it out. Some people are saying check-in on Thursday, meaning hotel check-in, not Keto Palooza.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Let's see. Heather said, "This old grandma needs to go to bed. I have to stand up on a step stool to see the top of my pasty."
She's so cute.
Matt said, "When it comes to drywall and lumber constructions, give me a call. I need some functional fitness."
Oh my gosh,
Absolutely.
yes. Holy yes. We have like a crap ton of that on the horizon.
That's coming up.
That is coming up.
Well, we need to have a day of no rain so that we can get 100 sheets of drywall delivered.
Yeah, but we can't.
Because that can't get wet.
So frustrating.
Sean said, "We had our employee appreciation today at work.
Nice.
I was manning the veteran employee resource group table they put right beside the ice cream truck. I stayed strong and I didn't get
I
it.
am
That's awesome.
so proud of you, Sean. You know, that is particularly a challenge because you're thinking to yourself, I am an employee. I would like to get thanked. If this is the thankful spread that they're putting out and I don't get to take part in all of the thankful spread, am I getting thanked, or is all of these other, employees getting some thanks that I'm not getting to participate in? I remember my mom talking about how like in the 60s she did not smoke, and she was like, should I start smoking because other people are getting smoke breaks and I am not getting a smoke break, and I'm finding like I need a break. And she's like, she literally thought to herself, you know what? I need to start smoking so that I get a break too. And I was like, that is like a terrible decision. Maybe you could go to like the boss and say like, can I just have a 15-minute break and tap out just like everybody else does?
John said, "Little Bo Peep had a sheep whose ribs were a tasty treat."
I certainly enjoyed the spare ribs from tonight.
Donna Joe said, "Rachel can do hard things. I know how hard it would be, but it would be just the same. Just feeding and basic care for them. Death is hard. Death is a part of farming now. Like there's a good chance that we're going to have sheep and some are just going to die. Not from us.
Oh, I know.
Dispatching.
I'm ready for that. But what I'm excited about is we are going to have just a slight extra expense for it. On the one bad day, I'm going to be flying Donna Joe down to help you. She will be assisting, and I will be making you guys big batches of salty.
There you go. Donna said Rachel doesn't actually. I will do this part. I agree to this one. Rachel doesn't actually have to kill the animal, but she can help clean and process
I can do that.
At least that's where I would fall at least at the beginning.
Can I please have a beheaded chickens to help process?
But that's part of the processing.
I'm trying to compromise here, and you're saying it's all or nothing.
So the local farm that I found that I sent to Michelle, they actually sell sheep skulls, like so you can hang them.
Who would want that?
So you can hang them on the wall.
Who wants a sheep skull on their wall? Is that really a thing?
It'd be kind of cool.
No, I want to.
I have those ones from my opa at the house that are like hanging up. Remember over the door?
Yes.
Those are definitely coming.
Okay, but that's it. Like you've spent all of your skull decorations there. That's it. That is it.
Neely says,
"Hey,
Jeff dispatched the chickens. I scoop out the innards and did the plucking."
I'm getting called out here. I'm going to Sarah's house.
I am going to get you one of those plucking machines.
I'm calling Alan.
I'm going to get you the plucking machine where you just it beats them all.
Alan is going to be helping you, and me and Sarah G are going to Bell's Outlet on that day. That's what's happening. Nancy Tanner, Sarah
Luann
Joy.
said, "Check building codes. Sometimes there has to be a certain amount of space that it has to be between your shower and your toilet." Yeah, I know all of the codes. We're actually going a bigger distance. I think we're at minimum leaving at what we had before, just because of I wanted to move the toilet, but I also found out that the main I-beam, it goes right in that area, so I can't move it over more than I wanted to, but it's actually like 12 inches between center or 18 inches between center.
You would have laughed.
But we got more.
You would have really laughed because we took turns today sitting on the toilet that we got with a like wall, like moving the walls in different places to see like what is the elbow room, like because
code is one thing, comfort is another.
So I was like, I need a prime pooping position. I'm sorry, I do. Like I need a prime pooping position. And I told Joe, I said, even if you want to say, it's a little bit snugger in the guest bathroom, This is my main house bathroom.
Well,
This
we're actually moving the guest bathroom because I felt it literally was within code.
tight.
Plus, technically, like a lot of the codes don't apply to manufactured homes.
And I'm not trying to say like we want it so comfortable that you could take, like go to the bathroom for 50 minutes or something, but I'm just saying that like I don't want to feel like I'm claustrophobic every single time I go to the bathroom.
Right.
So it was really funny. We were
Well,
taking
that was the other thing is
turns
because we were trying to do a
practicing
wall.
elbows.
Because we were like, should I go 72 inches out? And I'm like, but that would be a 72-inch wall, or we can do glass. But that means custom glass work, and we're trying to save money. I mean, we're literally buying things from a liquidator.
Right. We're like, woohoo!
And it's funny because I show up every Thursday at the liquidator.
He knows you.
A lot of it, he knows me by name. So Sarah G, when you go there, he said, say Joe sent me and you get a discount. But a lot of the stuff comes from Home Depot and Lowe's.
Right.
And so I bring my phone and I scan. I'm like, how much was this in Home Depot? How much is he selling it for? And if it's at least 50%, then I'm willing to get it. But I mean, so like even like the tub and shower and everything we got for Caleb, it was like $700 and we paid $200. The toilet was $189. We paid $100.
I feel like when someone asks you what's your financial status, like what's your income like range, and you say I haggle over the price of a toilet at a discount liquidators, like that's where we're at. That's the range. Is
Matt
haggling
said,
over a toilet.
I'm still doing my push-up challenge. Can you say the word? Like Christmas. What do you hang on a tree? Christmas.
Tinsel?
No, the round
Lights?
things. The round things.
Balls.
Thank you. Because now he has to do push-ups. Because every time you say balls.
Okay, I won't say it. Bowling.
They were Lindsay and Neely were talking about that on the live stream yesterday too. That they can't even see the word balls without thinking of you.
Sorry.
John said my A1C went down after 3 and 6 months, and then up after 9. It leveled off and then dropped way down after 2 years.
There's healing going on in our bodies too. Like there's a lot of healing, and also if you checked, like if it's every 3 months, think about what is going on in this grouping of 3 months that we're currently in versus what you were doing 3 months ago versus what you were doing 3 months before that. I feel like it's been a snowball of stress in the last like 6 to 9 months for us. Like it's kind of crazy. Like I don't even know what we will be doing in 3 months from now.
Juliana said when I was in college, I'd buy cigarettes, light them, and never smoke them because everyone else took 3 or 4 smoke breaks a day, but non-smokers weren't allowed. So I pretended to make a point. And she said my district manager finally let me sit down for 5 minutes here and there when I impressed him that it was cheaper to buy cigarettes and not work versus keep working for the wages they were paying.
Wow.
That'll make a point.
Do not mess with Juliana, yo.
John wants to know, are we getting any milk or beef cows? Eventually we'll get cattle. We're going to start with sheep because sheep are easy. I mean, you throw them out on grass and you give them water. They don't come inside. They can lamb themselves. They can, Dr. Barry's got lots of videos about it, but sheep are much easier than cattle. Cattle, you have to wait. Also, sheep, you can have meat within about 6 months. Cattle's 2 years. So I doubt we'll have dairy cattle only because we're not going to drink milk. Yes, we could make cheese. If I was going to do that, I'd get goats. But the thing, then you have to worry about getting a bull to come in and impregnate them so that you can get dairy. I just want castrated cows so that I can have meat.
I'm just a little bit afraid that
the goal would be get one every year.
That with the small animal auction so close to us every Friday night, small animal auction.
I'm going. I want a rooster.
If you are wondering, like, hey, Joe, Rachel, what are you up for this Friday night? Pretty much every Friday night, if we're in town in Arcadia, we go into that small animal auction. We cannot bring any cameras in; they won't let us video stuff. But it is fun, and I was so smart. I told Joe, we're not getting a ticket. We're not going to get a number in the auction so that we have to be spectators. I thought that was really important, especially for the first one, because Lord only knows what we'd have come home with.
Eggs.
But this week I'm a little bit afraid I'm going to come back from that shower and there's a rooster in the hen house.
I want a rooster.
I'm a little bit worried.
We could have gotten a rooster last week, but you had to buy all 9 of them, and we didn't want.
What the heck am I doing with 9 roosters?
Christina said Rachel's going to be a vegetarian soon.
Right. And I understand that. I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. I understand that like something had to die to feed me because I'm pretty heavy meat based, right? It's not like I'm worried about like rest in peace asparagus.
Well, it's like Bill Schindler's, Dr. Bill Schindler. He said he believes that everybody should have to process an animal. Like throw it down on your table and process it so you can see what you're getting.
I've processed a lot of fish in my life. I've processed a lot of shellfish in my life. Okay, so I'm not like I've taken the life of the food I've eaten before, but it is not the same thing. No. I know it isn't.
Matt said Sarah Joy is laughing so hard right now. She's ready to go to the outlet during chicken killing time. I'll come down and help him with it.
Please.
Some of our chickens are getting up there in
Sarah Joy,
age.
you got to spring me.
You stop giving me eggs.
Matt, save me. Save me.
Oh my gosh! So I gotta tell you because you didn't see the live stream yesterday with Neely and Lindsay, but so they were talking about a chicken. When it dies, they want to dissect it to see the string of eggs in development.
What?
Because, they've got all of these eggs because they're putting out an egg every day, every other day.
Yeah.
So they're when you cut them open, you have this string of eggs.
Why am I not more inquisitive? Why am I not more like, I want to see what's going on the inside of that? Like, that definitely sounds like your type of mind working.
Well, some people eat them. Like, so you've got like this little baby that as it's developing, and then there's like a whole string of them.
I feel like I thought that inside of the chicken was the Easter basket grass. Isn't that where it comes from? The plastic Easter egg basket grass? That's what's inside the chicken.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Easter.
Matt just did his 10 push-ups, by the way.
Good job.
Jamie said, I'm eating mostly carnivore since 2021, January 15th. Woo-hoo. I've not had a vegetable or fruit since I love Element. Maybe that's it. I doubt it's Element. It's not that. There's not enough in Element to raise your
Jamie,
glucose.
like, have you had your A1C done before? Have you used a CGM?
If you've been carnivore for that long, it's most likely that your red blood cells are living longer.
Mm-hmm.
And so that would show as an elevated A1C, but that's why I believe that the A1C is an antiquated test because that was the best we have, but now we have CGMs.
We have CGMs. The CGM might be an option if you're wanting to do a deeper dive.
Trish said, Rachel, did you ever think you'd be remembered every time a group of people heard the word balls?
I just wanted to be remembered for something, and if being remembered for something fun or that brings a smile at least, and a juvenile one, right? Because this is a middle school level sense of humor that I have. That makes my heart so happy. I hope that goodness, in a life that's so serious, if I could be remembered and put a smile across somebody's face, that really brings me a lot of joy.
Juliana said, but cows give you 800 pounds more where sheep are 100 or
I know, but
that is true.
But I got to put that somewhere.
But the problem is it takes 2 years for the cow and a lot of feed, and you have to worry about vets, and cows can have complications. They can have a lot of complications. Ever watch Dr. Poole? They can have a lot of complications. Sheep can have complications by nearly as much as cattle. The funny thing is, at least here, sheep actually baby sheep cost more than the cattle.
I don't,
because we watched that one cattle auction where they're selling baby cattle like $1.25 a pound, and they weighed like 65, 70 pounds. And the baby sheep here, they're going for $150.
The baby goats were going for $100. It was so hard for me not to take home some baby goats.
I
know. But I was going to say, I know that whenever they're taping like a video, especially for something like Dr. Poole, that you're trying to get to the really interesting stuff, like the riveting things. But I got to tell you, I was watching it, Dr. Poole, with Caleb one time, and he goes, I feel like this is a puppet show. I've never seen a guy who's like, can we see the rest of his day? Because I feel like he is just spending 8 hours with his hand up a cow's butt. I've never seen, It feels like all day long, all he is doing is sticking his hand up a cow's butt. Like, is there any other calls except for, can you please stick your hand up my cow's butt? Like,
Carrie said,
it's a
check the
lot.
local animal shelter. Often they have farm animals. Always has chickens and roosters.
Oh, wow.
That's good to know.
I'm going to have to check.
Jamie said, Ben, that I'm 85 years old, or being that I'm 85 years old, I remember my mother wringing the chickens'
My
necks.
grandmother used to do that.
She milked the cows. My grandfather had a slaughterhouse.
Yeah, so my great uncle was a butcher, cattleman. My great grandfather was a cattleman. My grandmother did wring the chicken's neck. Absolutely.
Juliana said, just Google the image of the eggs and don't get your hands dirty.
There you go.
Yeah, Neely said, Google chicken ovaries. Now I need to do it.
Oh yeah, Robin's right. Don't forget Mom's Nuts. That was like the best name for a company ever. What did they change that?
Oh my
to?
gosh, look at that.
Oh my God.
Look at that. Look at that. That's all the eggs in development.
I'm not going to bed tonight. I'm not going to bed tonight. What?
I should have shared that. I wish. Is there a way I could share
No,
that?
do not share that. She has given you the mode that you can use, the directions to the location where you can see that. That's crazy.
Lisa said, gutting fish is fine, but I get meat from a butcher because I'm in denial that it was once a cute animal.
Thank you, Lisa. Yes, that is it. Like, exactly. I have processed many a fish. Many. One time, because I will have you know, little fun fact about Rachel, master cast netter. I am fantastic with a cast net. If you are looking to have dinner tonight, cast net Rachel can like help make it happen. My record in a single day, 85 mullet. 85 mullet cast netted in a single day. Pretty impressed with that.
Catch some fish in our pond. Jeannie said, my mother when she stopped being a vegetarian, she felt it was her duty to process chickens at least once. She has done it once a year at a friend's farm since then. That's pretty cool, actually.
I'm going to have to like wade into this a little bit. I think that it will be a big leap for me to think about any of our backyard chickens becoming dinner. Like, that's a big first step. Let's be honest.
It is.
I've had a lot of precious pets have never just been pets to me. Pets become like brother, sister to me.
Not.
I understand, but we've lived like they are, right? Like, I mean, you're saying that, but like, I am looking.
The opposite of Finding Nemo.
I understand.
Fish are food, not friends.
You say that, and yet you all have seen the picture of the chicken coop for this food that this gentleman
Well, because I don't want to get sick, and because I plan on having a lot of them.
I know. But there is a lot of cutesy pootsy going on inside of that coop.
Now, what's going on in that coop is Lazy Joe doesn't want to have to get up in the morning and open the chicken coop, doesn't want to have to go out and feed them constantly, so it's create automatic feeders, create a 50-gallon water drum that can just give them water so I don't have to go out and water them, create a door that will open and close on its own so that they can put themselves to bed with a light that attracts them in there.
Okay, I was trying
That's
to
just
note
Lazy Joe.
that I think that you are more sensitive and more loving than you're leading on. However, if you would like everyone to believe that you are just a very hardened crustaceous gentleman, then like that's your
It's not
your
that I'm a
prerogative.
hardened crustaceous gentleman. It's that I have to convince myself of that so that I can.
You see what happened right here.
That's why we don't become friends with the animals.
So what you're doing as you're like making me feel terrible for not participating in this process, it's because you're trying to like get your own.
You disassociate yourself with it. How can you easily kill a frog?
Why do I have to be involved in your personal disassociation with this?
Lynn said goats require really good fencing. They are escape artists. So, if you can become an expert by watching YouTube, Rachel has a doctorate in goats.
So I know we can't handle them yet. I mean, we really.
I mean, when
tighten
she
up
gets
ship.
when she gets to be in her bonnet about I want chickens, I want goats, She, like,
I'm gone.
there's a reason we don't have any new videos coming out right now. Let's put it that way. Because she just, like, goes down the road. She can literally look at a chicken from across the parking lot and tell you what breed that chicken is, what, if it's a sex link, what are the two chickens that made it, how many eggs a year. I mean, it's amazing. Like, you go into the store and she's like, well, that's this and this is this. And I mean, she can name like every breed of goat and turkey there is. And
I was so disappointed with you when we were at that auction, and he points out and gets me all excited. He's like, look over there, they've got turkeys.
Look like a turkey.
And I'm like,
nope, naked neck chickens.
I was like, dude, that's a naked neck chicken. What are you talking about? Like, I guess if you want to call it like a turkin, some people call it that.
Well, even you originally thought because they look like a turkey a little bit.
Don't get me excited.
And then they were roosters.
Yeah, don't
So
get me
they were huge.
Oh gosh, it was like Rhode Island Reds that were all I know is I would not have wanted to see any of those roosters
I would have
in
loved,
like a dark alley.
Yeah, but
at night.
that would have been perfect because we have sex links and half of them are Rhode Island Reds.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to get off. And
Sorry about
Juliana said, just like that, they were demonetized. Franny said, my rancher sold me a half a cow, even the vet pregnant checked, but my heifer was pregnant. It hurt my heart, but I still ate the meat.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna eat. We don't let anything go to waste, and certainly, if an animal has to give its life on this farm, like, I want it to be for a reason. Like, it's very precious. So, and then also we have different households now. Like, you've got John Paul and Michelle. They've actually, they make sure that they buy their meat local. So we're going to be happy to provide that. Sarah and Anthony, like my parents, or my mom, my brother and his wife, like, we got a lot of people to feed.
Sabrina said, if we're tempted to eat when we shouldn't, should we go look at what you just saw? Yes.
Yes.
If you don't want to eat, if you want to lose your appetite for at least a half a day, go Google chicken ovaries.
Chicken ovaries and intermittent fasting go together like hand in glove.
Okay, we are going to get off, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We should have a couple of videos coming out this weekend, and then on Monday we will be back live at 10 a.m. Eastern time with Keto Beyond the Couch. We will be picking the winner for the Keto Crate giveaway tomorrow. So if you haven't done that yet, go over.
Enter to win.
And leave a comment on that video. We'll pick that winner tomorrow. We'll respond to that and then also let everybody know within the community channel of our page. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see everybody back live on Monday at 10 a.m. Also, if you're not a member, go join Mighty Networks.
Balls.
Bye.